In this podcast episode, the guest Michael Showers, an old-school Liverpool drug lord, shares his life story. He begins by talking about his upbringing in a large family, growing up in a two-up two-down house with his mother and 10 siblings. His father worked as a chief cook at sea and faced racism in his job. Showers recalls the racism he experienced as a child, particularly at football matches, and how it shaped his life. The first time Showers got into real trouble was when he and a group of friends got into a fight at a dance hall after being told they were not welcome to dance with white women. This incident led to his first arrest and a 2-year prison sentence. Showers reflects on how this experience fueled his anger and desire to survive in a world that hated people of color. After his release from prison, Showers turned to a life of crime, including robberies and drug trafficking. He talks about the ease with which he was able to commit these crimes due to the lack of surveillance and technology at the time. Showers also discusses the money he made from these illegal activities and how it gave him a sense of power and success. The conversation then shifts to the riots in Liverpool in 1981, which were a response to the poverty and unemployment in the city. Showers expresses his pride in seeing the riots as a way for people to stand up against the racism and injustice they faced. He also talks about his involvement in the Liverpool 8 Defense Committee, which fought against police brutality and racism. Showers reflects on the racism he faced in prison, particularly from the prison guards. He mentions his interactions with notorious criminals such as Charlie Bronson and the Richardson brothers. Showers also talks about the maddest person he encountered in prison, mentioning Frankie Fraser as a particularly memorable character. After serving his first prison sentence, Showers tried to turn his life around and find legitimate work. However, he faced constant surveillance from the police, which made it difficult for him to find employment. Eventually, he returned to a life of crime, this time involving drug trafficking between Africa and Liverpool. Showers discusses his second arrest in Turkey, where he was caught with a large quantity of drugs. He talks about the harsh conditions in Turkish prisons and the gang-oriented nature of the prison system. Showers reflects on the impact his criminal activities had on his family, including the loss of his mother and son while he was in prison. Despite the hardships he faced, Showers expresses gratitude for his wife Sharon, who stood by him throughout his time in prison. He also acknowledges the pain and regret he feels for the harm he caused to others through his criminal activities. Showers explains that he chose a life of crime because he felt it was the only way out for him. He describes it as a fruitful but risky lifestyle. He spent 6 years and 8 months in a Turkish prison, where he eventually had the opportunity to have home leaves and spend time with his wife and children. The happiest moment in Showers' life was the birth of his last child. He knew it would be his last child and it brought him great joy. He also discusses his appearance and how he manages to look good for someone who is nearly 80. He attributes it to staying fit in prison and keeping his mind sharp. Showers reflects on the consequences of a life of crime and the false sense of security that comes with it. He talks about how people who were once successful drug dealers often end up losing everything. He emphasizes that there are no winners in a life of crime. The guest also discusses the impact of racism on his life. He shares his experiences of racism and the anger and hate he feels towards those who perpetuated it. He admits that he doesn't think he will ever forgive them. Showers talks about his transition from a life of crime to a more ordinary life. He explains that he found it relatively easy to adjust and attributes it to his wife and the stability she brought to his life. He also talks about the importance of family and the challenges he faced in maintaining relationships with his children from different women. The guest emphasizes the importance of being satisfied with what you have and loving your children and spouse. He believes that love and family have kept him alive and helped him survive. Showers also discusses the changes he has observed in society, particularly in relation to male-female relationships. He believes that society is moving towards favoring femininity over masculinity, but he values the balance between the two genders. The guest talks about his experiences speaking out about his past and writing a book. He believes that education is key to combating racism and changing society for the better. Showers reflects on his life and the things he would change if he could. He expresses his contentment and relaxation in his current life. He also discusses his daily routine and the importance of his wife in his life. The guest shares his thoughts on the world and the need for people to unite and make a stand against corruption and injustice. He believes that change is possible but acknowledges that he doesn't have all the answers. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.